Troughton, members of the school committee, faculty, invited guests, parents, family and friends of our graduates, and members of the class of 2004. It is my distinct honor to welcome all of you to the graduation exercises for the North Reading High School class of 2004. Today marks a special achievement in the lives of each of the graduates. For many of you, your high school graduation is the defining accomplishment of your young lives and serves as a prelude to the next chapter of your lives that is sure to be marked with continued accomplishments and achievements. As principal, it has been a pleasure to get to know and work with each of you. I know that I will long remember that it was the class of 2004 that initiated me as your principal. I appreciate very much the way in which you have welcomed me and have enjoyed being a part of what I believe is one of the most important events in every person's life, their senior year of high school. As your senior year has progressed, I have been continually impressed by the many wonderful accomplishments of each of you that have distinguished you as a class. And it is the spirit as a class that has been most impressive to me. It is my belief that the class of 2004 will long be remembered for its collective personality, its service to school and community, its record of academic accomplishment, and perhaps most defining of all, your school spirit. As you look to your future, I urge you to remember and value your past and all of the lessons that you have learned. It is easy to diminish the importance of the past and focus only on the mistakes that have been made. Sometimes we see only what we could have done better. What we often forget is that the reason we are able to see so clearly is because of the past and because of what we have learned. It is the accomplishments that you have achieved, the successes that you have realized, the failures that have tested you, and the relationships that you have formed that have played a large part in strengthening you as a person. And as you look to the future, as you embark on furthering your education, entering the workforce, or serving our country through military service, remember the support and guidance that you have received along the way from your parents, family, friends, and your teachers who have provided you with the skills and resources that you will need in order to achieve further success. Please know how much I appreciate the positive influence that you have had on North Reading High School and the respect and dignity that you have displayed. On behalf of all of the people who have had the pleasure of working with you, I extend my very best wishes for much success and happiness in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations to each of you on this very special day. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. David Troughton, who will provide his charge to our graduates. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bernard. The class of 2004 marks the 47th graduation exercise and the conferring of diplomas to the graduates of North Reading High School. As Superintendent of Schools, it is my honor and privilege to extend my best wishes and my sincerest congratulations to each member of the class of 2004. Your family, your friends, your teachers are gathered here this evening to recognize this milestone in your life, to celebrate your accomplishments, and to wish you well as you begin your new journey. North Reading High School is a proud institution with a legacy of excellence in academics, the performing arts, athletics, and community service. The class of 2004 joins the ranks of previous classes in this tradition of excellence. As a school district, our mission is to challenge you and to encourage you to be thinking, creative, and responsible individuals who are committed to excellence, service, and lifelong learning. Your accomplishments are evidence that we've achieved our educational mission for you as you leave North Reading. And you are to be recognized and to congratulate for your fine accomplishments. The familiar African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," is certainly in practice here in North Reading. Through its support
for our public schools and education, the North Reading community has established a sound commitment for your future success. The unquestionable love and guidance given by your parents and families provide each of you with a strong foundation for living a full life. And finally, your teachers, your advisors, your coaches have taught you daily lessons that will guide you in your future studies and work. Tonight, we come together as a village to celebrate your rite of passage. As superintendent, I ask you to join me in thanking this community of teachers and advisors, coaches and families for their efforts to accomplish this educational mission on your behalf. I would also like to give special recognition to a member of the high school staff, Mrs. Adlita Ayer, who will going to happen. Mrs. Ayer, who will retire at the conclusion of the school year, has been a teacher in our business department, a class advisor, a coach, and especially a friend to all. And we wish her the very best. Each year, it is a tradition for the superintendent of schools to leave the graduates with some final words of advice. Written as a charge to the graduates, my words are intended not only to offer my congratulations and best wishes on behalf of the school committee and the school department, but perhaps to teach a lesson. And as I prepare the charge to the graduates, I review the themes and lessons from previous years. And for me, with a decade of charges to review, the themes have been drawn from literature, from current events, from history and humor. From Peanuts to the Peace Corps, from Daedalus to Mickey Mouse, the charge to the graduates has attempted to teach a final lesson on such themes as imagination, courage, confidence, and service. This year's event is drawn from 3 events that occurred 50 years ago this spring and span civics, sports, and medicine. When they occurred in 1954, each of these events was hailed as a miracle and shattered long-held beliefs. Over the last 2 months, the 50-year anniversary of these milestones has been observed. And while their significance may have dimmed with time, each event teaches us the importance of dedication and commitment to reach a challenging goal thought impossible to obtain. What can we learn from these events? The first event occurred on April 26, 1954, with the initial widespread testing of a vaccine against polio. As a disease, polio plagued many communities and families during the first half of the 20th century, and children were the most vulnerable to the devastating effects of paralysis. A vaccine against polio, developed by Jonas Salk, consisted of kill viruses. Salk's approach was considered to be radical in his time, and the extent of the initial testing of the vaccine was unprecedented in medical history. The results, however, were highly effective, and the vaccine was hailed as a miracle. And while Salk's discovery was later surpassed by Sabin's use of a live vaccine, together both vaccines stand as a milestone in medical history. Salk, the son of Russian Jewish immigrants with no formal education, had the quest to find a cure for polio, and this was born from his innate drive to solve complex problems. What will you be willing to do and sacrifice to find the cure for AIDS or other health conditions? The second milestone occurred 2 weeks later, on May 6, 1954. Roger Bannister, a 25-year-old medical student at Oxford University in England, broke the 4-minute mile with a running record of 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds. Bannister was instantly lauded worldwide as the man who ran the miracle mile. Prior to that time, breaking the 4-minute mile was considered impossible for a human. It is truly amazing that Bannister broke both the psychological and physical barrier without the aid of advanced technology in aerodynamic shoe design, track composition, or nutrition. For Bannister, the son of a working-class parents, the dream of an education at one of England's elite universities was achieved through hard work and practice. And while this record has been broken many times over, Bannister's achievement serves as a testimony to the belief that an impossible goal can be achieved by hard work. What are your goals, and what are you willing to do to achieve them? The final event occurred fewer than 2 weeks later on May 17, 1954, when the U.S. Supreme Court reached a decision in the landmark case of Brown versus the Board of Education. This decision, which overturned the long-held belief of separate but equal, served as the foundation for the development of the civil rights movement. Chief Justice Warren, writing for the court, took a strong stand for the right to public education for all children, regardless of race. 50 years later, the Supreme Court decision endures as a testimony to social reform and the willingness to confront social injustice. What will be your commitment to social improvement in the communities in which you live and work? As we peer through the lens of history, the lessons embodied in each of these events in the spring of 1954 have as much relevance today as they did 50 years ago. In all three cases, education is key. In the Brown decision, equal access to education was made available to all children, regardless of race or social boundaries. Each of these events teaches us the lesson of commitment and dedication to goals of improvement. As Roger Bannister once answered to the question of how he was able to break the record in a mile run, he said, "It's the ability to take more out of yourself than you've got." My charge to you, the members of the class of 1954, is to follow Bannister's advice and find in yourself what it takes to reach your goals, whatever they may be. Take more out of yourself than you think you have, and continue to use your talents and your education to the fullest. My very best wishes to you, and God bless.
Good evening, and welcome to the members of the school committee, Dr. Troughton, Mr. Bernard, Mr. Pesci, faculty and staff, parents and family, and especially the members of the class of 2004. In life, anything is possible. The very fact that I am standing here giving a speech is proof of that. Being the self-assured, original thinker and creative writer that I am, I asked everyone I knew for ideas for a speech. I even attempted to bribe my sister, but then I decided that I did not want to clean her apartment for a year. Giving an original graduation speech is quite a challenge. Do I present a lighthearted, humorous speech, or should I be serious and thought-provoking? I decided to do a mixture of both. I have compiled advice that I've been given throughout my life, as well as some of my own thoughts. I humbly offer Sabrina's Top 40. Don't worry, it goes by fast. I'm sure it will make the bestseller list when I publish it. 40. Don't take yourself too seriously. Enjoy life and laugh every day. Laugh hard, laugh long, laugh at yourself. 39. Never stop learning. It's necessary in order to get wherever you want to go and to do whatever you want to do. 38. Be a good listener. It will help out and give of yourself. What comes back cannot be measured. 36. Never test the depth of the water with both feet. 35. Be compassionate, don't gossip. 34. Never judge others unless you've walked a mile in their shoes. But guys, for your sake, I hope those shoes don't have high heels. 33. Take care of yourself. Eat well, get enough sleep, surround yourself with family, good friends, and good music. 32. Keep life interesting. Every now and then, do or say the unexpected. It will put sunshine in your life and in the lives of others. 31. Take risks. Face new challenges as adventures. Test yourself to determine your strength of character. 30. Always keep your word. 29. Remember that the only stupid question is an unasked one. 28. Be less materialistic. 27. Reflect on lessons you've learned. 26. Be thankful and think about the important things in life. 25. Remember that doing the right thing isn't hard. It's knowing what the right thing is that can be hard. 24. Make someone else feel good. 23. Never forget what one of the greatest 20th century philosophers, Mr. Rogers, once said. Often, when you think you are at the end of something, you are at the beginning of something else. 22. When you lose, don't lose the lesson. 21. Don't believe all you hear. 20. Never laugh at anyone's dreams. People who don't have dreams don't have much. 19. Love deeply and passionately. You might get hurt, but it's the only way to live life completely. Remember that great love and great achievements involve great risk. 18. Reach for the stars. To quote Michelangelo, the greater danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it. 17. Remember the 3 R's. Respect for self, respect for others, and responsibility for all of your actions. 16. Seek happiness and not pleasure. Pleasure alone does not bring happiness. 15. Spend some time alone. Sometimes silence can be the best answer. 14. Cherish the good memories. Memories provide more beginnings than endings. 13. Remember the compliments you receive. Forget the insults. 12. Add life to your years and not years to your life. 11. Live life with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. 10. Making a living is not the same as making a life. 9. Remember what the author and psychologist Marilyn Gray once recommended. Why wait? Life is not a dress rehearsal. Quit practicing what you're going to do and just do it. In one bold stroke, you can transform today. 8. Understand that acquaintances come and go, but you should hold on to a few precious friends. 7. As trite as it sounds, follow the golden rule. 6. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember everything you said. 5. Never be afraid to try something new. Remember, amateurs built Noah's Ark. Professionals built the Titanic. 4. You don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you've stopped laughing. 3. Don't let a little dispute injure a great friendship. 2. Always remember that life is fragile. Take nothing for granted. Everything can change in the blink of an eye. 1. I end with a quote from one of the best classic intellectual movies of all time, Saving Silverman. If you can dream it, you can do it. Thank you, and I wish the best of luck to the graduating class of 2004. A wise woman who was traveling in the mountains found a precious gemstone in a stream. The next day, she met another traveler who was hungry, and the wise woman opened her bag to share her food. The hungry traveler saw the precious stone and asked the woman to give it to him. She did so without hesitation. The traveler left, rejoicing in his good fortune. He knew the stone was worth enough to give him security for a lifetime. But a few days later, he came back to return the stone to the wise woman. "I've been thinking," he said. "I know how valuable the stone is, but I give it back in the hope that you can give me something even more precious. Give me what you have within you that enabled you to give me the stone." The wise woman in this ancient anonymous tale exemplifies the kindness, generosity, and compassion I see in the members of the class of 2004. We have given one another the most valuable gift of all, friendship. As I reflect on our experiences at North Reading High, I find my thoughts returning to 2 photographs that sit side by side in my bedroom. The first is a picture of 15 3-year-olds dressed for Halloween. The costumes include Mickey Mouse, assorted cowboys and pirates, a princess, an oversized pumpkin, and a few costumes I cannot decipher. I won't mention any names, you know who you are. The faces, so young, so innocent, and smiling, are replicated in another photo. The same faces, 15 years later, now painted green and gold for the pep rally, are full of exuberance, still smiling, and still together. As a class, we have given and received much from one another, not just over the last 4 years, but throughout our lives in North Reading. We have followed different paths and accomplished different things, but our friendship holds us together. From our days in preschool, to our matches on the athletic fields, to our days traveling together, or just hanging out, we are a class, the class of 2004. Every member of this class has contributed to who we are today. We have enriched one another and have reached out to others around us. So now, it is time to be that wise old woman serving for an even greater community. It is time that we continue on our way, giving of ourselves as we pursue our dreams. We must live each day looking for opportunities to affect the lives of others in positive ways. Our achievements do not have to be monumental, but they do have to be from the heart. We do not have to discover the cure for a disease, or put a person on Mars, or even become famous. Making a great deal of money or receiving accolades for our work should not be our goal, although they may be nice bonuses. No, we can give to others by doing whatever we do best. Even the ordinary person can do extraordinary things. As we become teachers, lawyers, accountants, doctors, builders, and parents, let us remember what is important. It is how we approach our daily lives that will be the measure of our greatness. To make someone else's life a little better with the gift of our friendship is more valuable than precious gems.
I leave you with a quote of a heroic leader who truly made a difference with his crusade for social justice, Luther King Jr. Not all men can be famous, but all men can be great. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. Thank you, and to my classmates, farewell, and until we meet again.
Good evening. First, let me thank the many people who have helped us, the class of 2004, to become the people we are today. Thank you to the teachers, not only my teachers, but every teacher in our community. Education is the key to democracy. Without people who are willing to dedicate their lives to educating the young, our nation would be nothing. I also want to thank the parents. They are the most amazing people in the world. Most embody unselfishness, dedicating every minute of their lives to making sure that their children grow up to be happy, successful, and beneficial members of our community. Finally, I want to thank our community as a whole for providing a comfortable environment for my classmates and me. As we all heard earlier, the old African proverb says, "It takes a village to raise a child." The village of North Reading has raised us all. North Reading is a unique place with a close-knit sense of community that provides its children with the security of a small town and the benefits of a city nearby. As much as I've enjoyed growing up here, traveling has allowed me to have a different perspective on the world. During my high school years, I have had the opportunity to travel with some of my fellow classmates to both Managua, Nicaragua, and more recently, to Mexico City. These trips provided two of the most fulfilling learning experiences that I have had during the past 4 years. Not only did I have the opportunity to use the Spanish language and to learn about a new culture, but I also experienced firsthand the perception that many people in the world have of Americans, that we are selfish, closed-minded people who have no interest in anything but our own well-being. When I met the Mexican student with whom I was staying, she told me that she was happy to meet me because she had thought that she was going to be hosting a student who hated Mexicans and wouldn't be interested in their culture. Unfortunately, most of the world has the impression that Americans feel superior. This perception of Americans is what creates enemies and causes terrorist groups to work day and night to destroy our nation. It is up to us, the next generation, to change them. When you travel, or when you meet foreigners in this country, be aware that not only are you representing yourself, but you are representing a nation of ordinary but amazing people. Each of us needs to give the world a better picture. A picture of an open-minded citizen of the world. A picture of someone who actually cares about the well-being of the rest of the world. A picture of a person trying to speak the native language of the country to which he or she is traveling, rather than expecting everyone to communicate in English. It is unbelievable how much of an effect even a few words such as hello, thank you, and please can have when spoken in the language of the host country. We need to show the world that although Americans may enjoy power and success, we are not content to sit back and ignore the misfortunes of others. We can let the world know our assistance is available, but we should not force it upon them. If a nation seeks our assistance, however, then it is our responsibility to help the people to secure the liberties else should bow down to us. We can't live a life that is ignorant of the rest of the world. We need to stay humble and remember that we are lucky to live the lives we do in the nation we call home. We need to remember that many of the things that are part of our daily lives in North Reading can only be dreamed of in other parts of the world. As we all know, today our nation is at war, and this is a serious circumstance. We need to take the time to show respect for and thank our troops who are fighting for us overseas. Whether or not you support the war, it is important to realize that there are people who are putting their lives on the front lines to protect our freedoms, to allow us to enjoy our everyday lives with as few worries as possible. I have faith that my generation, the students in our class, will grow up to make the world a better place. Our nation will continue to grow and enjoy prosperity. Someday soon, we will be the leaders, and we must strive to help our nation enjoy greater respect in the world community. As we become more open-minded, our enemies will become more open-minded as well. Only then will our enemies slowly become our allies. I urge you, the class of 2004, to follow your dreams and live the lives you have imagined. But remember that you are an American and should represent your country honorably. As President Calvin Coolidge said, the meaning of America is not to be found in a life without toil. Freedom is not only bought with a great price, it is maintained by unremitting effort. Thank you and good luck.
It's now my pleasure to announce the scholarship recipients for the class of 2004, and I would ask the recipients, if your name is called, to please stand, and ask the audience if you would please hold your applause. The James R. and Barbara E. Aylward Memorial Scholarship, Michael Frangillo. The Nideo E. and Mary Barrasso Memorial Scholarships, Jillian Susi and Matthew Damari. The Joseph R. Bernard Memorial Scholarship, Joseph Gleason. The Peter Bruno Memorial Scholarships, Joseph Pellegrino, Will Pearson, Stephanie Robinson, and Michelle Tassi. The Ellsworth Croswell Memorial Scholarship, Michelle Ameno. The E. Ethel Little School Scholarships, Heather Wynot and Michael Saul. The Stephen Gregory Scholarship, Brian Warren. The Golden Age Club Scholarship, Catherine Sullivan. The Joseph Gavin Keep the Faith Scholarship, Morgan Hoskin. The James Gregory Hannon Memorial Scholarship, Corinne Brower. The Edith F. Holt Memorial Scholarship, Jennifer Lane. The Robert Hunt Memorial Scholarship, Daniel Fletcher. The Frank W. and Glenn A. Kenrick Memorial Scholarship, Christopher Kirby. The Knights of Columbus Scholarships, Kevin Blackwood and Megan Dalton. The League of Women Voters Scholarship, Carolyn Hayter. The Nicholas Morano Memorial Scholarship, Megan Dalton. The Robert Marcianda Law Enforcement Scholarship, Anthony Goodwin. The Walter Miller Scholarship, Matthew Rogers. The Michael Mitten Memorial Scholarship, Sandra Jervy. The Moynihan Lumber Company Scholarship, Michael Saul. The North Reading Education Association Scholarship, Marielle Sardella. The North Reading Garden Club Scholarship, Michael Saul. The North Reading Girl Scouts Founders Scholarship, Sarah Clark. The North Reading Little League Scholarship, Daniel Fletcher. The North Reading Masonic Lodge Scholarship, Jonathan Witcher. The North Reading Music Booster Scholarships, Corinne Brower, Sarah Clark, Megan Dalton, and Charles Jarvis. The North Reading Rotary Scholarship, Sabrina Giannatasio. The North Reading Youth Basketball Scholarship, Daniel King and Danielle LaJoy. The North Reading Youth Football Scholarship, Kristen Mitten. The North Reading Youth Soccer Scholarships, Jacqueline Urbafina, Nicole Ventura, and Nicole Visconti. The North Reading Youth Softball Scholarships, Danielle LaJoy, Colleen Welsh. The Reading High School Class of 1954 Scholarships, Ashley Barnard, Sarah Clark, and Timothy Dolan. The Edward A. Sapienza Scholarship, Thomas Burdett. The James Skinner Memorial Scholarship, Allison Shaw. The Bonnie Symes Memorial Scholarship, Sarah Swichenko. The Richard K. Smith Memorial Scholarship, Thomas Burdett. The Catherine Welsh Memorial Scholarship, Ashley Barnard. The Cultural Council Scholarship, Megan Dalton. The Lester Levy Scholar Athlete Awards, Jillian Susi, Allison Shaw, and Matthew Damari. The Massachusetts Auto Dealers Scholarship, Jillian Susi. The Loyal Honor of Elks Scholarship, Jillian Susi. The University of the Arts Talent Scholarship, Max Vassapoli. The Southern New Hampshire College Alumni Scholarship, Nicole Visconti. The Honors Leadership Academy Scholarship for Fitchburg State College, Benjamin Hodgkins. The New England Air Academy Shape Your Future Scholarship, Danielle Weiss. The following are the recipients for the Citizens Scholarship Foundation of North Reading for 2004. Corinne Brower, Sarah Clark, Anthony DeLovo, Matthew Damari, Timothy Dolan, Michelle Donatelli, Daniel Fletcher, Sabrina Giannatasio, Joseph Gleason, Michelle Gregory, Jenna Hart, Jennifer Hernandez, Danielle LaJoy, Shannon McDevitt, Briley McLaughlin, Lauren Meyer, Kristen Mitten, Timothy Montanaro, Samantha Mosher, Lindy Nunn, Erin Oliver, Jennifer Ripple, Emily Romano, Michael Salt, Marielle Sardella, Allison Shaw, Jillian Susi, Catherine Sullivan, Sarah Swichenko, Ashley Toluda, Max Vassapoli, Jonathan Witcher, and Joseph Zakula. Congratulations. Thank you to the community of North Reading for your generosity.
Jillian Helene Susi. Allison Catherine Shaw. Sabrina Beth Giannatasio. Colleen Jean Welsh. Thomas Christopher Burdett. Anthony Joseph DeLobo. Timothy Sean Dolan. Juliana Damasio. Michael Denman Salt. Michelle Carla Ameno. Julie Danielle Anderson. Nicole Marie Antonucci. Andrea Marie Oresco. Joseph R. Bailey. Brian Mario Barletta. Ashley Barnard. Christopher James Barretto. P.L. N. Basu. Danielle Irene Bergeron. Sean Anthony Bernardo. Kevin Glenn Blackwood. Corinne Lee Brower. Katie Ann Braun. Kevin J. Burke. Blair Kanan. Jennifer Lee Can. Michelle Capucci. Sarah Lucinda Clark. Amanda Colosi. Ashley Colosi. John William Camara. Michael J. Connors. Zachary M. Cooper. Michael J. Cummings. Megan Riley Dalton. Matthew Thomas DeMare. Amanda Michelle DeMara. Michelle Lee Donatelli. William Francis Dowdy IV. Jacqueline Rose Herbafina. Robert Raymond Falcion. Stephen Anthony Federico. Juliana M. Fess. Matthew Patrick Finn. Ryan Kenneth Flanders. Daniel John Fletcher. Michael Joseph Frangillo. Amber Lee Fry. Angelina C. Gard. Joseph Francis Gleason. Anthony Dominic Goodwin. Michelle A. Gregory. Nicholas W. Herron. Alexander James Hart. Jenna Hart. Carolyn Ann Hayter. Jennifer Lynn Hernandez. Benjamin Tyler Hodgkins. Gregory B. Hudson. Morgan Elizabeth Hoskin. Charles E. Jarvis. Sandra Joyce Jervy. Ashley Michelle Johns. Marina Caberi. Daniel Joseph King. Christopher Ryan Kirby. Maria Ann Kokulis. Steve Allen Lavo II. Danielle Marie LaJoy. Jennifer Gray Lane. Bonnie Larkin. Jason Gregory Lima. Daniel John Lopes. Paul Lucci Jr. April Marie Manning. Brittany Rose Mansfield. Christopher Joseph McCarthy. Rebecca Smith McCullough. Shannon L. McDevitt. Mark Joseph McDonald. Jennifer Lynn McDonough. Riley May McLaughlin. Rory Daniel McGrath. Ryan Robert McGrath. Kyle Shane McNeil. Brian Thomas McTagg. Juliana Paula Campos Medeiros. John Meal. Lauren F. Meyer. Teresa Marie Miller. Carolyn Rose Millie. Joanna Mill. Lynn Marie Miskowski. Kristen Elizabeth Mitten. Nicole Alicia Monkowitz. Timothy Michael Montanaro. Samantha Jean Mosier. Susan Marie Mucciaroni. Nicholas Michael Nazaro. Mindy Therese Nunn. Erin Marie Oliver. Shawnette Marie Oliver. Kristen Ann O'Neill. Bradford Everett Cochran. Joseph R. Pellegrino. Courtney Ann Penta. William S. Pearson. Yanni Pinsopoulos. Megan Elizabeth Howard. Stephen Joseph Fuller. Jennifer Lynn Ripple. Stephanie Marie Robinson. Francis Carl Rogers III. Matthew Christopher Rogers. Emily Margaret Romano. Joy Michelle Ronco. John Sicardo Jr. Marielle Rose Sardella. Shannon Marie Sharsh. James Arthur Shiner. Corey Jameson Silva. Joshua Cruz Silva. Kyle R. Sloan. Michael Edward Sousa. Christopher Edson Spinney. Stephen James Stafford. Tara Rose Stevens. Richard H. Stewart. Catherine Elizabeth Sullivan. Sarah Ann Swachenko. Ashley Rose Toludo. Michelle Ann Tassi. Troy Terenzi. Caitlin Ann Krieger. Max Felipe Nasipoli. Nicole Lee Ventura. Lynn Marie Verney. Nicole Marie Visconti. Brian Valance Warren. Jonathan R. Witcher. Heather Ann Weinhardt. Danielle Nicole Weiss. Joseph Paul Zacula. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2004.
How you doing, everybody? Before I announce what the class gift is, I would just like to say a few words. First, I would like to thank the staff of NRHS. Thank you for making our years here more enjoyable. Mr. Mack and Mr. Sear, you have both been incredible class advisors. We could not have accomplished as much as we did without your help. Mr. Pesci, it has been great associating with you throughout our 4 years here. And last but not least, Mr. Bernard, you have been the best principal a school could ask for. I am only sorry that I could not spend more years here with you. Also, thank you to all the chaperones of the Disney trip. And now for the class. There is only one word that can explain this class. Amazing. Incredible, extraordinary, unbelievable. I believe this class of 2004 is the greatest that North Reading High has ever seen. This class has shown strong unity and spirit ever since our first days of freshman year. From the pep rallies, to the volleyball games, to the Disney World trip, our class has always been close and extremely spirited and energetic. Sometimes classmates. I could not have asked for a better class to be a part of. The class gift this year is a donation to repaint and refinish the gym floor. Our goal is to display the Hornet mascot in the center. We hope the school enjoys the gift, and thank you to everyone again. The class of 2004, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there will ever be.